It's the penultimate round of matches in Group G of the AFC Champions League. BG Pathum United top faced second place Melbourne City. With only the group winner guaranteed to go through to the knockout stages, this is a game of huge significance at the Pathum Thani Stadium this evening. The Thais, Pathum, played for 1-3, have a 2-point lead at present over Melbourne. Win today and they win the group. Anything less and Melbourne would go into Saturday's final round of fixtures still able to finish top themselves. Indeed, they would go top today with a win. It's going to be hot as the group reaches boiling point. Quite literally, we're in the mid-30s as we approach 6 p.m. local time here at the Pathum Thani Stadium, north of Bangkok, home to BG Pathum Thani, the Thai champions, who are enjoying the unusual quirk of home advantage in one of these 10 first-round groups. 5 in the Western Zone in Saudi Arabia, 5 in the Eastern Zone. Thailand hosting 3 of the groups. The Pathum Thani Stadium here with all matches in Group G. 2 stadiums 400 kilometres east of here in Buriram, staging the Group F and Group J matches. Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam and Johor Bahru, Malaysia are other Eastern Zone match venues. Well, no matter where the football's happening, the groups are steadily building to an exciting finish at the end of 3.5 intense weeks of action, into which 116 matches will have been squeezed across the 2 zones. 39 teams chasing the Champions League dream. It should have been 40, but Shanghai Port withdrew because of the lockdown measures imposed in China due to a surge in the COVID pandemic there. Al Hilal, the Saudi giants from Riyadh, are the defending champions, and one of the teams already sure of a place in the last 16 again, because they can't be caught in Group A of the Western Zone. They, like BG Pathum United, have home city advantage in these group bubbles. Al Hilal won their 4th continental title by beating Korea Republic's Pohang Steelers in the final in November last year. For the final of this year's competition, by the way, we'll have to wait 10 months. The AFC have rejigged the format somewhat in 2022-23. 8 teams who qualify from these Eastern Zone groups will play their half of the remainder of the competition, the last 16 quarter-finals and semis in August. The Western Zone's equivalent knockout rounds will be played in February of next year, with the 2-legged final set also for February. That's the end of February 2023. Back to 2-legged finals after a couple of years of single match showdowns at the end of this prestigious competition. Started in the late 60s as the Asian Clubs Championships. It's gone through various rebrands until the 2002-2003 season, which I suppose you would say gave birth to the modern format. Indeed, this is the 20th year, the 20th anniversary, if you will, of the competition in its current guise. Well, so many group matches packed into such a short time frame provides full throttle entertainment, and there's absolutely no doubt that that's been produced over the last 3 weeks. And these 2 teams, by the way, great to watch. They set up this match perfectly. So open, committed to attack. All sorts of attacking options, and forward-thinking coaches as well in Paddy Kisnorbo and Makoto Tagura Mori. Multiple changes made by BG Pathum United. They're coming off the back of 8 goals in 2 matches against United City, the Philippines side, who have taken on the mantle of the group's whipping boys, really. But Melbourne, there was a 2-1 and a 1-1 with Jeonnam Dragons. By the way, those 2 play later, Jeonnam Dragons and United City, Korea Republic, Philippines matchup on this pitch after this first match of the day. Second group meeting between these two. First ended all square. Should we get a positive outcome, it affects the trajectory of the group. BG Pathum United can win the group if they're victorious here. Well, one change for Melbourne. Marco Tilio, the young prospect and scorer of 2 goals against United City on match day 2, rested for the last match with John Am, returns in place of Sabasa Endo to form the attacking 3 alongside Jordan Boss and Andrew Nabut, behind main striker Jamie McLaren. Melbourne, great to watch in this group, but you can get at them, as BG Pathum United proved in the first match 12 days ago. The referee Amar Ali Ajnebi leads today's team of Emirati officials. His assistants will be Ahmed Al Rashidi and Jassim Al Ali. 2 captains there, both 30-something defenders. Scott Jamieson, the left-back, Melbourne's all-time appearance maker, and the 35-year-old Venezuelan Andres Túnez, who lead Pathum on the pitch from centre-half asualongside Fandi, who's one of 6 changes for BG Pathum United today. Pumipan and Jakapan, the first-choice fullbacks, return too, as do Tonkiri and Patampom in midfield. And back up front is Tirasil Dangdar, who headed home the equaliser in the first group meeting between these 2 teams. Singaporean Fandi brothers, Irfan at the back and Iksan up front, and Dangdar, the much-travelled striker, 33 years of age now, actually on the books at Man City not so many moons ago. Plenty of options on the bench here. Kolakovski, he's scored earlier in this group against United City for Melbourne, and Diogo, the Brazilian, has contributed 2 goals in BG Pathum United's campaign so far. Well, all the ingredients are there. 2 attack-minded teams, big jeopardy at the top of the group. It's a ruthless format, only the group winners guaranteed of progression. A couple of runners-ups across the groups will miss out as well in each of the western and eastern zones. You really can't rely on others to do you a favour. You have to push on and try and win the section. The calm before the storm of competition. Kittipong, ever present in the Pathum United's goal thus far, and well, Glover, I don't think it's too outrageous to say that all the goals they've conceded in this group, Melbourne City, have raised a question mark over the goalkeeper's contribution. They'll hope for no errors from him today.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we have liftoff. Melbourne City versus BG Pathum United, as Group G of the AFC Champions League nears what's sure to be a thrilling conclusion. The journey started with a 1-1 draw in the first match between these two 12 days ago. Andrew Nabut scored an absolute screamer. Watch out for him on the right-hand side of the 3, behind Jamie McLaren. Tilio in the middle with Jordan Boss on the left-hand side, and Dangdar headed home an equaliser the goalkeeper, Glover, came for it, didn't get there and was punished. After that, there was a win against United City for Melbourne, and then the 2-1 against John Am. The momentum halted with the 1-1 against the Koreans in their last match. It's 3 wins on the spin for BG Pathum United. John Am beaten, and then United City back-to-back. Passion and intensity, words frequently associated with Paddy Kisnorbo, the former Hearts, Leicester, Leeds and briefly Ipswich centre-half. He finished his career back home with Melbourne City and eventually took over from Eric Mombatz. Likes his team to attack, but I'm sure he'll be looking for a little bit more solidity at the back. The ball's out of play on the far side. That's 54-year-old Japanese Makoto Tiguramori, appointed in January, becoming BG Pathum's 3rd coach of the season, as they slowly surrendered the championship crown. They'd won for the last 2 years and beaten in 11 since he took over before the break for this Champions League group stage, but 3 of those were draws, meaning it's Buriram United now who can't be caught at the top of the table back home in Thailand. Iksan Fandi, a brace of goals against United City, the 23-year-old, younger of the 2 Fandi brothers, with Irfan at the back. Carl Jenkinson, the former Arsenal player. And the 2 eyebrows raised when he pitched up down under, having left at Forest last year. In England, a good run and a fine shot as well, which produced the opening goal earlier in this group against John Am. Well, that's a little loose from Túnez. Surrenders the throw in. Jenkinson. Curtis Good there with Rustin Griffiths, the centre-half partnership for Melbourne City here, and they've got Gamulka and Metcalf, 16 and 18 holding. This is Naboot. Oh, Naboot does well, dangerous cross too. The goalkeeper failed to commit. Early danger signals being sounded. Really good cross from a tight angle, that by Andrew Naboot. Followed up his goal against Pathum with the winner, or what turned out to be the winner against John Am. And a first opportunity to whip the ball across, ask an early question of the Pathum United defence. So Jordan Boss there, the left-hand side of the 3 behind McLaren. Played out by Jakapan, goal-scoring fullback for BG Pathum United. They've got Pumipa wearing 13 on the opposite side of the defence, this left-hand side. Sangiri and Yuyan in the middle. The wide players are Pathum Pom and Kantis. Agricultural challenge from Tonkiri. Griffiths. Curtis Good. Might drop for Gamulka. There's no foul there. And Yuyan. Cover from Jenkinson. Played all the way forward to Boss. Just holding that line of BG Pathum United, a couple of early offsides. Boss is just 19. This is the first year with the seniors. Off the bench for the final 25 minutes in the first match. And has started the 3 matches since. Paddy Kisnorbo has also experimented with Matthew Leckie on the left-hand side. They've got defending to do, though, as Fandi moves forward. The BG Pathum United wasn't quite on the same wavelength as the supporting players. No foul on Tilio. Pathum Pon. Pumipa. They've got options here. Yeah, nice little ball inside the fullback. Just looking for Warachit. Tidy play down this left-hand side. It was nicely held up by Ernesto Pumipa there. And they'll know that there is a question mark over Tom Glover. So here's the corner. Taken by Sarash Yuyan. Waits for the movement. Oh, it's flicked on at the near post, and it very nearly provided an opportunity for Dangda. I think he was quite expecting to see that ball in his vicinity. Well, in fairness, it's good improvisation. He tries the little twist. Pathum Pon can't extend to turn it over the line. So the ball safely with Glover. And we've had just 8 minutes, and already both teams have been in behind. Glover looking for Nabut. Ernesto Pumipa there intervenes. Gamulka gives it back to Good. Jamieson, the captain. There's Boss. Give him an option over on the left. There's room in the middle of the park there. Metcalf. There's Nabut holding that position. They couldn't work the ball into him. Warachit. Túnez for Irfan Fandi. Jakapan's pass. Early ball there into Iksan Fandi, and the goalkeeper closed him down smartly. Good little ball there, and certainly a fine run by Iksan Fandi. Just trying to split there, Jamieson and Good, and Glover commits himself. Smart reactions there from the goalkeeper. Well, they threatened from the earlier corner from the opposite side. Once again, it's going to be Yuyan to deliver. He's clipped it deliberately to the edge of the area, and well, that's a squandering of a good attacking opportunity. It really is. They deliberately pulled back to Warachit, but Melbourne read it. This is a match between two new kids on the block, if you will. Melbourne City, part of the City Football Group. Oh, Pathum caught in possession. It's Nabut. Should never have been able to gain such territory there. Melbourne City. It looked a little bit loose. It was Jakapan far side. It gave the ball away. He was caught in possession. It's Boss who nips in. He's just too slow, really, to decide what he was going to do with it there. Jakapan, the right back. But Melbourne City, part of the City Football Group, this Champions League match coming on the back of an extraordinary night of entertainment and action in the UEFA Champions League, which saw the parent club, Manchester City, take an advantage into the second leg of that European semi-final. Paddy Kisnorbo played in Europe, and he developed a cult status wherever he went. Leicester and Leeds still remember him so fondly. Ernesto Pumipa there. Yuyan, Patapon and Jakapan looking to combine. It's a little bit loose. Yuyan was given a bit of a hospital ball there by Jakapan. Well, that's a better pass. Pinpoint there by Tunes. Not that it gets them anywhere. And Tunes again. That's nicely done. Tankiri there finds Patampon on the overlap. He cuts in field, and Yuyan just turns it in towards Dangda. He can't bring the ball under his spell. But precise play. Often it's Tunes, the captain and defender, who starts it with a piece of distribution. Tirasil Dangda, he really is so well travelled. He's played in Japan, had a stint in Spain with Almeria at the start of the 2010s, and indeed, and Thaksin Shinawatra took charge of Man City in the mid-2000s. Dangda found himself at the City of Manchester Stadium. Once again, BG Pathum United have given the ball away. BG Pathum United started out as an employee team for the Bangkok Glass Company. That's where the BG comes from. The team formed in the late 70s. Wasn't until the mid-2000s that they went professional and gained the necessary licenses to join the Thai top flight. And their story can be traced from 2009 onwards. Didn't win the title until 2019. No championship in 2020 because of the COVID pandemic, and then they won it again in 2021. I've already won the Thai Cup this season, BG Pathum United. Naboots, oh, he's done well. He's cut in field here, Naboots. It's another good ball. Whizzed into the near post. McLaren couldn't get anything on it. And Naboot is going to be a constant thorn in the side of the ties here. Shows Ernesto a clean pair of heels, who whips it across. McLaren and Boss arriving behind him. I can't give it the end product. Jenkinson looks for Bars, and pass is too heavy. Well, they've enjoyed a cup win. That was before his time, actually. Tigura Mori. Aurelio Vidmar, an Aussie, and Dusit Shalamassen already have had their contracts terminated over the course of this season by BG Pathum United. They've gone with Tegamori, the Japanese. Fine pass there into Naboot, who kills it stone dead. Again, he's round the full back. That time it's Kittipon smothering the ball near post. He's had a bright opening, hasn't he? Andrew Naboot, the 29-year-old. Ernesto. And Naboot gets in there to win it back, gives it to Jenkinson. Gamulka. Griffiths, and that should be the goalkeepers. Quick distribution, Yuyen. There's Tom Kiri. Ernesto well forward on this left-hand side. The referee allows play to continue. They can move it on here with Jordan Boss. Lovely ball round the back for Naboot once more. He'll put it back, and unbelievably, Tillo heads that wide. Again, it's Naboot down the right-hand side. They've identified Ernesto pushing on as a weakness. They keep looking for Naboot here. It's surely only a matter of time if he's afforded this space. He has a good deal of trickery about him. And the distribution is good as well. Thumped into the near post. Well, it was Otilio got there. Well, we don't get the decision, says Kisnorbo. Kittipong has been the busier goalkeeper. Melbourne City would go top of the group with a win. And it would then leave them in the box seat for the final round of matches. They, on paper at least, have the easier final match against United City. The Philippines team at the bottom of the group. BG Pathum United faced Genom Dragons last. Geelong are fully expected to remain in contention with a victory against United City. The second match out on this pitch later. Lovely combination play down the left-hand side, and the backtracking BG Pathum player there, Pathum Thani. Yeah, it's a yellow card, and he can have few complaints, really. Two goals in the group. Now a first yellow card. Gamulka now. Where's the movement? Gamulka plays it to the far post. The boot was the target. Boss finds himself furthest back there. Jamieson tries to play in McLaren. Well, although they've been trying to hit Boss in the boot, Pathum United have done just enough to keep the ball. And when it does get out to the wide players, away in turn from Jamie McLaren, who was the A-League's top scorer last year. Ernesto on for Warachit. Nicely done, and no offside. Vixen Fandi. And Fandi pulls it to the far side, tucked back to Dangda. The overlapper on the right-hand side, getting well forward there. Pathum Thani unselfishly just first times it back in there to Tirasil Dangda. Oh, and he'll be disappointed with that connection because it was a nicely worked move. Then Warachit moves it on again to Dangda. That's thrashed away by Rustin Griffiths. An awkward one to deal with, but well played. Irfan Fandi. John Kiri. And all the way back for Kittipong. So we're past the midway point in the first half here. Melbourne City 0. BG Pathum United 0 is the score. But two open teams have given us what we might have expected. And that's, well, plenty of attacking play to admire. Jamieson. Jenkinson. On a boot, ships it on quickly. Tielio. Follow-up volley is wide. It's rather stretching round it there, Connor Metcalf. He used a couple of different partnerships as the defensive screen to Melbourne, the back four, Paddy Kisnorbo. Metcalf has kept his place. Often the case in these the group fixtures that you sort of tend to use the rest of the squad, as it were, perhaps the second string against the weaker teams in the group. Match every 3 days in these AFC Champions League groups, so very much a squad effort. Bringing out the Sunday best, really, in terms of their first choice 11s for this match, the two teams today. That's Jenkinson up to Naboot. Bit loose that from Glover. And that high line again from BG Pathum United, but they're getting it right. Obviously a dangerous game to be playing, but they're getting away with it at the moment. Ernesto. Túnez. Pathum Thani. Dangdaru did well earlier in that attack. Boss does really well there. Gets it back into Jamieson. Curtis Good will try and bring it clear, but they played their way into trouble there. Follow-up shot, that's blocked. Pathum Thani, early cross, and it's a good cross as well to the far side. Pathum Thani was the target. There was contact there, enough to make sure that it needed saving from Glover, who shoveled that over the crossbar. So a very good ball in here. 3 in the area. Pathum Thani, it comes off his shoulder, doesn't it, almost? And it's Jenkinson providing the cover there because the ball came over Rostin Griffiths. Still nothing doing, Pathum Thani. With that brace against United City, he actually scored 4 in a Thai League match with Brachuap. A week before they reconvened for this Champions League group stage. Gomulka gives it to Good. Boss tidies up. Gomulka, Jenkinson, Griffiths for Good. Boss able to keep it in. So that's Jakapan and Tonkiri combining well to clear Pathum United's lines. Nice bit of intricacy in the middle of the park again. It's Dangdaru who drops short. Pathum Thani eventually goes backwards. Ernesto onto Warachi. Glover gets it forward. Tidily done by Túnez. Poor as they try and play their way out of the back once again there, BG Pathum United. The recovery is always there though. But they shouldn't be needing to make those kind of recovery challenges in the first place. that high press, and Melbourne City getting bodies around the defenders in possession has forced multiple mistakes in this first half. Not that it's translated into an opening goal for the Aussies, but something BG Pathum United will have to be mindful of here. Half an hour gone. Good ball over the top, looking for McLaren. They've dealt with that. Pretty even in terms of possession. Thing is, there's goals in both sides, isn't there? Boss past the first defender, skips across the ball, looking again for Jamie McLaren. The ball just hasn't landed at McLaren's feet. Jamieson again to Boz, good challenge. Jacopan with the foot in, and a little scoop up the line in the general direction of Ixon Fandi. Back they come with Tilio, just nudging it into McLaren. Well, he's managed to pull the ball across the face, but no one gambled on the far post there. And the boot has been better served than that in this match. Goalless. They'll be enjoying the home advantage conferred on BG Pathum United in this section. And naturally would love an extension of the Champions League journey. It's on course at the moment. 3 times Thai teams have been in the final of this competition. Indeed, the very first year of the rebrand, 02-03. Warachit, he's forced a little wide here, and Warachit with the players in support couldn't pull it back to either Dangdar or Ixon Fandi. But caught a little cold there at the back there, Melbourne City. Tonkiri. Yuyan. Irfan Fandi. Nicely nudged wide by Ixon Fandi. The Singaporean brothers combining there, but possession has been given up. The recovery. Good challenge. Yuyan. It's with Ernesto. Then Warachit. They're quickly shipped in field there to Pathum. And then the tempo is dialed right down. Tunez, who plays it over the top for Ernesto. And his touch just lets him down. Again, it's the outlet pass, really, from Andres Tunez, the captain at the back. Always looking for the wide players to get forward. That time it was the fullback Ernesto Very loose in the middle of the park, and that will likely result in a card. Indeed it does, for Taras Gimilka. It was because the touch eluded him when he needed it, just to bring the ball under his spell and get Melbourne moving, and then that was the response and recovery. Can have a few complaints, the 20-year-old. Mainly used off the bench for this season in the A-League. Taras Gimilka, very much part of the first choice Champions League 11. Ernesto is dragging the cross to the back post. Might get another chance to do the same. He provides the overlap. Well, instead the cross was sent in early. Well, having got there ahead of the defender, Tirsil Dangdar can't direct it anywhere near the target. 8 goals this season. But BG Pathum United will not be winning the Thai title again. They have just one more match to play in their domestic championship, and that will be against Chonburi a month from now. They're 4 points behind Buriram. There goes Fandi into that channel. Taking Curtis Good with him. And then a boot bundled over. So they've done a good job, BG Pathum United, of keeping the ball away from Andrew Naboots after his really lively opening 20 minutes. Boss was the target of the diagonal. It's put out by Pathum Pon. Well, the idea was the right one. Now then, can Naboot be picked out here? He might get to the loose ball. No. So what a chit there. And again, what a chit. Well played, really tidily done. Oh, they play the right way, BG Pathum United, until that final bit of composure is required. Not that Melbourne City can add any. So it's interesting, the dynamics and the psychology in terms of the approach with one eye on the group table. Do you go for it or do you hold and be content to just allow Melbourne to come onto you? I do think it's significant that it's Melbourne who have United City last. Glover watches that shot. The drift past all the way. Yes, he scrambled, but I don't think he was ever in too much danger of being beaten low there. It was Tonkiri who turned and shot. Always hopeful from Chapman goal that Tonkiri, who pretty much never scores. And that one was never likely either. We're inside the last 5 minutes of the first half. Well, having clearly got the legs on Ernesto in the opening 20 minutes, there's been a bit of equilibrium between wide attacker and fullback since. Glover is going to be shut down by Dangda. Ball down the line into Gamulka, but they've hustled possession back, BG Pathum United. Túnez, it's going to come all the way back to Kittipong. Won by Patampong. Metcalf, the layoff there from McLaren, and well, it's just not happened for him in the first half, Jamie McLaren. As a teenager, he actually was invited to Blackburn Rovers for a trial. They wanted a look at him. Blackburn with quite a rich tradition, actually, of Aussies. Vince Grella and Brett Emerton. Great servants down the years at Ewood Park. It didn't happen, and returned to his homeland to play with Perth and Brisbane. Quick year on loan with Hibs in Scotland. Free kick given away by Metcalf. Sarasjoyan now. Straightforward for Glover. Nobody attacked it there for BG Pathum United. And well, that's not much help to anyone. So very open, the first 20-25 minutes here. The players constricted somewhat since, as BG Pathum United look to shut down Melbourne City in their quest to overhaul them at the top of this AFC Champions League group. Lovely little flick there into Iksan Fandi. Good challenge by Curtis Good. Do have a lot of potential with the little flicks and the inventiveness of BG Pathum United. What a chip. The three colleagues move forward in support. That just briefly allows the Melbourne to get back organised. Tonkiri. We're going to have an extra minute at the end of the first half here. Ball over the top to Iksan Fandi. It's well shut down. Good challenge by Rostin Griffiths. And, well, Fandi is writhing around in apparent agony, says that his ankle was caught. And we're going to have a stoppage in stoppage time. Well, just waiting to pick out the pass there. Tonkiri, Iksan Fandi just drops off the shoulder of Rostin Griffiths. It wasn't with the first attempt, was it? It was after the ball just squeezes clear. There's a collision, a no-nonsense clattering from the Melbourne skipper, Jamieson. But they do provide a constant threat to Tirasil Dangda and Iksan Fandi. That's novel. Just a means of getting the game restarted before the referee blows the whistle for half-time. Well, Melbourne City started at full throttle, hitting the boot at every opportunity, but McLaren couldn't get on the end of anything in the middle. There is a little bit of needle developing here between these two teams. The stakes are so high at the top of AFC Champions League Group G. At present, though, it's BG Pathum United who look set fair to keep control, keeping the box seat in the section. The Melbourne City have to win here to leapfrog their Thai opponents into top spot, and as much as they've tried, they've failed to break down the Pathum United back four. Can they find a little bit more creativity and craft, Melbourne, in the second half here in Pathum Thani? Dangda and Iksan Fandi providing a constant threat for BG Pathum United. They only need a bit of a sniff. At the break here, though, it's Melbourne City 0, BG Pathum United 0. Welcome back then to the Pathum Thani Stadium. BG Pathum United still top of the group here in the AFC Champions League, and just about keeping Melbourne City at bay in second place. But we're all set up for an exciting second half, surely, as Melbourne have to go for it. That's an appearance of Diogo by the looks of things, the Brazilian striker for Pathum. Scorer of 2 goals for them earlier in this group. Yeah, looks very much like Makoto Teguramori is going to be switching things around at the start of this second half. So a point keeps BG Pathum United on the top of AFC Champions League Group G. A victory leapfrogs Melbourne up and over them. So a busy day again in this competition. 10 matches all told. We've got 4 kicking off in the Western Zone over in Saudi Arabia a little later on. We've already seen Ulsan Hyundai get the better of the Kawasaki Frontale. And the Kawasaki Frontale, the runaway winners of the J1 division, the top flight in Japan the last 2 years, really struggling again in continental competition. We've got Guangzhou Yoho Daro playing in that group a little later on. Frontale could drop out of the qualifying positions altogether. 3 matches are happening right now. This one here in Thailand, and Daegu, who are 2 up on Shandong Taishan in Group J. Are we going to see Melbourne pushing on in this second half? It's Jameson on the left-hand side, picked up by Jordan Boss. 3-4 light blue shirts, giving him the option square, and, well, it's cheeky from Jameson, isn't it? Blatant disregard for any potential counter-attack to be launched there. Pathum Pom for BG Pathum United. So that was Boss during the challenge from Jacopan. A stoppage at the start of this second half. Teguramori BG Pathum United's coach for this Champions League campaign. He got Vigelta Sendai promoted from J2 5 years ago. A safe-ish pair of hands, the coach for Pathum. At present, looking good for the knockout stages. So it's Diogo's come in, by the looks of things, for Iksan Fandi. The Pathum Pom. No way forward on the right-hand side, has to turn and give it back to Jakapan. And there's Irfan Fandi. Tunes. He's always looking to launch those diagonals. Here's the captain for BG Pathum United at the back, the Venezuelan Tunes. Well, that pass was too strong, so it's a throw which will be taken here by Jenkinson. 10 years since he got in the England setup. Carl Jenkinson is one of 7 players to make his England debut in a friendly against Sweden. And you may well remember that match, the ridiculous goal, the overhead scored by Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And this is not what they need at all. Any kind of injury delay, injury to the captain. Gets to his feet rather gingerly, run it off. Andres Tunes. BG Pathum United free kick here. So Yuyan, maybe an early chance in the second half for Diogo to get a touch, a decisive touch in the box. Hasn't been cleared. Wadachit. Jameson comes across to deal with it. Wadachit forced back to Ernesto. It should be the goalkeepers. Well, it was that kind of situation that exposed Glover for the equaliser, headed home by Dangda in the first match between the two. Goalkeeper got enough on that. Pathum Pom. Ernesto. Again, the pace dialed down. We're 5 minutes into the second half here. Jakapan. There's a scorer early in this group against Jeonnam Dragons. There's a little touch off from Pathum Pom. No, give it away, Boss. Well, that's an absolute clatterer. The referee allows play to continue. It's Diogo down this right-hand side. Good across to him. And Diogo can't do anything with it. Maybe we'll have to go back and have a look at that earlier challenge before the attack was launched. It was Boss dispossessed in a pretty agricultural fashion by Ernesto. Diogo. Away by Jameson. Boss, the touch wasn't good. Tunes. Here's Irfan Fandi. So just one Fandi brother on the pitch now after Iksan, the striker, has been replaced by Diogo. Is that going to run into McLaren? Good saving challenge. Just stretched a bit. BG Pathum United. I thought that was going to be McLaren's first sniff. And then there's a bit of confusion in between Moricic and Esto. As again they go to play their way out of trouble at the back, BG Pathum United. Jameson. Back with Good. Griffiths. Jameson pulls the shot. Oh, goalkeeper at full sprawl there, Kittipong. Auxiliary attacker from left back there. The captain Jameson has it picked out ideally, just pulls the shot a bit. And without the goal since last June, the Melbourne skipper. And that was a penalty. But it was a significant penalty in the playoff final. The back home down under. They have a regular league season and then playoffs at the end of it to determine the overall champion and, well, who gets the right to claim the honours and qualify as the top team in Australia to the Champions League. Australia have produced a champion in Asia since joining the Confederation in 2007. The Western Sydney Wanderers, who won in 2014, they won the home leg versus Al Hilal. And drew the second 0-0. No Australian team has got past the last 16 since. Pathum Pom. No one gambled, no one in that near post area. Pathum Pom again. Jakapan. Just trying to weave and navigate the maze. He's done well in the circumstances to just draw the challenge. Needless, really, from Metcalf. Strong arm in with that left side. And it's given Melbourne an unnecessary problem defending the set piece here. There's the delivery. Diogo was the target. Two of them there, almost getting in each other's way. And perhaps a little bit frustrating for Makoto Tegaramori. Yeah, Diogo just challenged by Rostin Griffiths. There's Irfan Fandi up there with him as well. They scored 9 goals in the Thai League this season. And those back-to-back goals against United City for Diogo Luis Santo from Sao Paulo. Second year with BG Pathum United. Tease over the top that time from Gamulka. It's Boz. What a chip. It does well. And then Metcalf helps him out. And they have to come back here to Glover. Ernesto with the header. Good again. back to his goalkeeper. And conditions just are playing their part here. It's been a tiring match. Heavy humidity. That's Naboot, who needs a bit of a breather, and never more effective than in the opening 20 minutes of this match. Andrew Naboot on the right-hand side of the three behind McLaren for Melbourne City. Well, extra energy is provided by Diogo here. Glover has been safe and secure tonight, in fairness to the keeper. He's 24 years of age. Briefly on the books of Spurs, not too many years ago. But has been the first choice for Melbourne for the last 2.5 seasons, really. That's an under-hit back pass. And Kittipong had to be alert. Oof, that was very loose from Ernesto. And he'll get no thanks at all from Kittipong for that. So Metcalf again working very hard to dig in, BG Pathum United, and win the ball back. It's Warachip. It's Diogo. It's an early cross in from Diogo. And Metcalf just punts it out of play. So the throw here will be taken by Jacopan. Into Diogo, a little overhead, no one quite reading it. Chance potentially for the breakout here. Tilio, super run through the middle, it's briefly opened up for him. Great last-ditch challenge. Tom Kiri is going to tidy up. Wow, well that's what can be achieved if you put your foot to the floor. Jenkinson now has to deal with Pathum. Just opened up again, hasn't it? And then Pathum is very loose with the ball inside. And one or two increasingly tired bodies out there, not just in the context of this match, but the match every 3 days thing. Jacopan. Diogo. A little ball round the corner to Tirasil Dangdar. Just doesn't drop and give him the chance to put his foot on it and do something with it, Tirasil Dangdar. Then the header from Pathum Thani. Tilio wanted to do the same again. Tidily done. Thani all the way back to his goalkeeper, Kittipong. We're past the hour mark here. Still goalless. But somebody's just poked the fire of this match. We've got a few flames again. And off Boss. It'll be a throw for... But it'll be actually a Melbourne throw. The ball was prodded off Jordan Boss there. So Jameson wants a runner. Is that Metcalf who runs across, tries to pick up that a throw in. Warachip just extends the leg. Catches him. Well, Metcalf, one of the Melbourne contingent here, who will be confident of being on that World Cup finals plane, should they get there. There's a playoff to negotiate, because they weren't able, the Socceroos, to finish in the top 2 positions in their World Cup qualifying group. They'll play the United Arab Emirates for the right to then play Peru. But such has been the World Cup heritage built up by the Australians that it would be a major shocker if they don't end up qualifying for the World Cup finals. It's Apisit Sorada who is being readied here if Tunkiri cannot continue. Jamieson plays it short, comes through with Tilio. There's Boss. And that cross can't find its way past that first line of defence at the near post. And indeed, we are seeing a change here, a second change. It's Ernesto being relieved of his duties, the left-sided defender. And replacing him, it's Apisit Darada, the 25-year-old, third time off the bench in this group. A pair of appearances in the United City matches. And too much to do there for Jamieson. Tilio, lovely ball round the corner. McLaren. Oh. It took a while. He had to chase it down, but the flag eventually stops Jamie McLaren in his tracks. So there's that cute first touch, and the second, well, it sees McLaren just split Tunes and Fandi. But offside. Diogo tries to get in between Griffiths and Good at the other end. Jordan Boss there intervenes. Well, thankfully that potential issue at the end of the first half has been diffused. There was a little bit of ill feeling over the way the referee from the UAE restarted the match before immediately blowing for half-time. Sort of dropped ball almost in the middle of the park. He gave it back after the injury to Ixon Fandi to BG Pathum United deep in their own half. The ball was then sent long over the top for a potential attack down this left-hand side, and then he promptly blew up for the interval. Metcalf tries to get them going again, gives it to Marco Tilio. Jamieson. Very loose. Warachip picks it up. Looks for the run of Diogo. And Curtis Good has to recover. Oh, Diogo takes a right old tumble inside the area. Well, we weren't born yesterday, say the officials. And then Metcalf. No way through that screen of Tonkiri and Nguyen. So Diogo, there's a little bit of contact to start with from Curtis Good. And then Diogo waits until he's inside the box before tripping over his own feet. Boz. The ball was in his airspace, but no control. Fandy. Although Ixon is no longer on the pitch, there is another brother, another Fandy brother who plays for Lion City Sailors. They're actually the offspring of a Singaporean football legend in Ahmed Fandy. And he's a pretty solid partner as well for Túnez at the back for the BG Pathum United. That time it's the Melbourne City back line who have to be at their stations. So that's Sarash Yoyan. Takes the corners for BG Pathum United. Awkward one to deal with. Oh. Túnez had made the dart for that near post. He might even have been distracted by Pathum as well, who sort of went for the same ball, really. But Andres Túnez, in his second year with BG Pathum United, came to Thailand back in 2014 with the Buriram. After coming through at Celta Vigo. Buriram, by the way, one of two Thai teams who didn't get through the qualifying stages for this group phase in the 2022 AFC Champions League. Good first touch that from Pathum. Diogo. Jacopan. There's a little bit of room for Melbourne to try and create something. Boss, very loose that. Boss slips it wide to Naboot, hovering on the left-hand side here. Tries to pull it across. Tilio, no way through. Gamulka on the pickup. Naboot shoots early. Not even a case of shooting on sight there, because there's a lot of traffic in front of him. Here comes Scott Jamieson. So Naboot, Boss goes short, and Naboot cuts in field. Well, he does have that in his armoury. A shot on him at the end of it, a little bit of a jink. They're trying to twist and turn the fullback, but he was way off there with his shot. Now there's a problem for Jacopan. He twisted his ankle there. The BG Pathum United right back. So once again, Makoto Tegurumori looks to his bench and looks for reinforcements. So opposite already on Nakin Wiset-Chat, who was featured earlier in this group. Would seem to be the straightforward option here. Right-sided defensive-minded player, Nakin. It's actually Surachat Saripim there that the camera's picking out. He seems to be preparing to enter the fray. He's a striker. Baton pot. Just nudged out of play by Rostin Griffiths for a corner here for BG Pathum United. Tunes just meanders into the pack there. Yuyan again plays it in swinging in towards the goalkeeper, and there's obstruction just ahead of Glover there. Very awkward and troublesome there for Melbourne City to try and have to deal with. The ball up in the air, dropping ahead of Glover. I mean, there, Diogo, he's not going to just get out of the way, is he, and say, there you go, claim the ball, sir. So again, Yuyan with the delivery. Oh, just a dab on it from Glover. There was a player arriving. Pathum Thani looked all set there to turn the ball over the line. Had it carried over the keeper. There's just enough to affect the trajectory of that corner and take it away from Pathum Thani's head. Less than a quarter of an hour to play here. Sarash Yuyan once more with the set piece. Well dealt with. They're content to just let it drift out. Start things going again with the throw in near side. Warachit. Dangdar at the near post. Dangdar, who's barely had a kick in this second half, but they're persisting with it. And the follow-up shot! Oof! That was a ripper. Threatened to get past Glover as well, had it been a foot or so lower from Tonkiri. Well, no messing around there. They really went for it. The Chapman goal, Tonkiri. He's not the player you're looking to, really, for goals. He's never scored for BG Pathum United, and that isn't his forte. A defensive-minded midfield player, but now It's fresh legs all over the place, so we are going to see Saripim, likely for Dangdar, who hasn't had much impact on the game at all in this second half. So an attacking change. Instead of Saripim, no spring chicken at 35. Hasn't scored this season. And also Chenrop Sampayodi. So, just refreshing the attack here. Makoto Tegaramori. Yeah, that's 19. Shenrop Sampayodi at 26. He has been amongst the goals this season. He played the full 90 against United City in the 5-0 match. On for a minute at the end in the first meeting between these two. Ball over the top for Boss to chase. Have a runner on the right-hand side. Nabut has reverted to his original starting position there, over on the right. Tilio still going. There's the little ball through for McLaren. Goalkeeper out smartly. Nabut's going to turn back. Tilio, lovely little nudge through, which almost opened the door for McLaren, and then Boss on the extension can't wrap his left boot around the ball. Kittipong, indeed, is happy to take the plaudits here. Tilio does well. Thought that was going to be the moment for McLaren. Kittipong really aggressive there in his commitment to coming out and snuffing out McLaren. 10 to go. As it stands, BG Pathum United will remain top of this group going into the last round of matches. Curtis Good. A little bit loose from Melbourne City that. They have an overlapper. It's come instead to Diogo. Pulls the shot. Well, it was close enough to have Glover at full stretch there, away to his left. So Diogo letting rip. Oh, it just bends away, doesn't it, from that outside post. Yeah, that gives us the angle of just how near, or indeed not so near, the attempt was. But supporters holding their breath inside the stadium for opposite reasons. Metcalf gives it back to Jameson. Jameson on for Boss, this room on the left-hand side. Boss still going. Oh, get up, says the referee. Perhaps tried to beat one man too many there. He'd skipped through the first two challenges. And now look at the room at the back. That's a superb crossfield into Diogo. We'll have to wait for support. And Diogo holds the ball up. It's Chenrot with him. Instead, he cuts it back. And it's Epicit, one of the substitutes who had worked so hard, busting a gut to get up in support there. Oh, he could have taken the extra touch and made sure. Diogo takes marks for holding it up and waiting for a colleague to join him. Agony for BG Pathum United. Melbourne committing bodies forward, leave themselves vulnerable. And tempers fraying, clearly. And the BG Pathum United player involved there, Yuyan. Well, a long, hot, sticky evening, and yeah, well, the temperature boiling over, tempers boiling over. So it's because Warwick just refuses there to let Rustin Griffiths get on quickly with the free kick. Handbags. Yellow card for Griffiths ultimately. Ball over the top. Boss will chase this down. Well, unless we get a goal at either end, unless we get a positive outcome here, the group is going to come down to the final round of matches, and it's possible that Jeonnam Dragons can hold the key, because it's against that team that either Melbourne City or BG Pathum United will stand or fall. It's looking like a pair of draws between these two. They would expect to both beat United City. Of course, that is the second game with the Filipino side, Melbourne's last match. The Jeonnam Dragons. Pathum United beat the Korean side in their first match. The better of the two also rounds at present, Jeonnam. That's Pathum United's last opposition. And Melbourne have beaten them once and drawn against them once. It's still going to be a 2-point advantage for BG Pathum United. It might even be more if they can get a goal at the end here. What a chit on the edge of the area. It's Surajat into the near post. Warwick again. Stoic defending once again from Melbourne here. Oh, I think that was on its way past Glover. Just the merest of touches on it from Warwick. Chance snuffed out. BG Pathum United going for the win. Corner. Yuyan here with 3 minutes of normal time to go plus stoppages. Good delivery again. They have been good all night from Yuyan. And then a bit of a tumble. Yeah, we know that these players are getting tired in all sorts of ways here. The referee happy for that free kick to be taken quickly. Could be 2-on-2. Pathum have to get back. It's Naboot. Oh, McLaren goes near post, two arriving, but the pullback was safely read. Now it's Chenrop who gets the ball forward for Pathum. He underhits it. That was loose from Jenkinson. Boz. Jameson. Nabu. Two white shirts will come to contend with him. Nabu forced back. Jameson gives it to Jordan Boss. Back to Scott Jameson. Andrew Nabu looks for the give and go. Oh, Túnez, rugged as ever. Jenkinson just checks it back to Connor Metcalf. That'll be too heavy for Jamie McLaren. Well, it's been a case of almost on many occasions for Jamie McLaren and Melbourne here. And there's going to be a further reinforcement in Semenya Purisai. Might well be for Tirasil Dangda. In fact, is that Chenrop down there? One of the men who's come on already. Not unusual in the modern game, is it, for players to be used for a bit? But this could be an injury-forced change as the full-time whistle nears here. A tough, gruelling encounter. Yeah, Semenya Purisai then comes in just to see BG Pathum United over the line. It's the right back. He's had a good match. Jacopan, who comes off. Right in there from the off, Semenya. Three extra minutes added on to the end here. It's been at times a tense second half. Melbourne just haven't had the guile here to break through BG Pathum United. The Thai side could have won it too. They still might win it. Free kick. More defending to be done here. It's a good one, swung into the near post. Oof. Oh. Surachat Saripin. But there was so much congestion there. It's been good protection for Glover all match long, in fairness here, from the Melbourne City defenders. And he gets there ahead of Rostin Griffiths, there's Surachat, but there's just no wriggle room. And a pair of substitutions before the end. Stefan Kolakowski and Jordan Valadon now. Nabu and Tilio, he's left it as late as he dares here before making any switches. Kisnorbo. Kolakowski, a scorer in the 3-0 victory over United City. So the final minute of the extra three. So his team now have to break down Giannom Dragons in their last match in the group, and they will win the group. It could have happened tonight. It's unlikely that it will happen from here on, as The last 30 seconds tick down. Boss is snuffed out on this left-hand side. It's been a really hard-working performance from BG Pathum United to frustrate Paddy Kisnorbo and Melbourne City. Second place, of course, might be enough in the group to go through as one of the best runners-up, but they wouldn't have wanted to go into that last match with the Philippines team absolutely having to get something. They will start as favourites, but they would have loved to have gone on and claimed top spot and be absolutely sure of their place in the last 16, Melbourne City. Maybe time for one last push. Well, they're going to play keep ball, and that's sensible in the circumstances from BG Pathum United. It's finished goalless here at the Pathum Thani Stadium, and that means the Thai side remain in control of this AFC Champions League group. They will go into the last round of matches 2 points ahead still of Paddy Kisnorbo's Melbourne City. And another victory against Giannom Dragons, and that will mean they win the section and go through as the group winners. Any slip up, and that gives Melbourne a chance to leapfrog them with a victory against United City of the Philippines. This was an often tense affair. Both teams could have won it as the game opened up, the deeper we got into the second half, but ultimately both defences were resolute and stood firm. Stalemate in Thailand. A long, hot evening ends goalless. Satisfying in the circumstances for BG Pathum United as Kisnorbo goes to speak his minds to the officials. But no score, all square. Melbourne City 0, Pathum United 0. Is how it's finished. Pathum United still in control of this AFC Champions League group.